Namaskar. How to celebrate New Year's if you're not drinking any alcohol? It seems that with alcohol all the celebrations are quite boring. My life had two parts. Until 18 years of age, I used to celebrate with a lot of alcohol. And later on, the last 30 years, I've been completely sober, and really I enjoyed all my celebrations. I remember the very first celebration. I was in the hospital, and I decided, okay, I will just sit in meditation through. From 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock, I sat in meditation and meditate. I thought that, there is one kind of belief that the way how you meet the New Year's, the way how you start the New Year's, that's how you are going to live it through the entire year. So I wanted my whole year to be spiritual. But that's, really is a little bit boring. So in this video, I want to give one kind of structure, how you can celebrate the festivities so that it will recharge you. The festival is extremely important in human life. Even if we are very disciplined, very organized people, we live in a routine, we balance everything. Work, rest, spiritual practice. But that monotonous life, that routine of life itself becomes static, becomes tamasic. And you need to break that kind of routine. And you need to go out of that. And that is celebration. Mostly people celebrate in two ways. One way, many people do, with alcohol. It comes from, in ancient Greece, they used to do the bacchanalia. It's like the Dionysian kind of celebrations. And Dionysus, or Bacch, is a god who is able, with one sight, just he looks at you and will make you mad. So it is the celebration of madness. Many times with the expression of violence, like they would bite on the bull and try to tear the flesh and the skin and everything, just to express that kind of violent tendencies, to break the social roles, get out of the imposed our civilization, go into the primordial animality. And many times that's what people do. They drink a lot of alcohol, that animality comes out. They will go shout, they will dance on the table, and they will fight with each other, and they will do all many kinds of silly things. And then they will remember and they laugh about it. But after some time it becomes really not interesting. Festival is something different. It is the transcendence of the monotonous reality, but transcendence into the state of bliss, transcendence into the state of love. In Sanskrit, festival is called utsava. If you go deep into etymology of the word, it is like a rebirth, to be born again. So utsava means to be born again, the festivities. So such a special occasion in life where you want to completely renew yourself. I used to think before that celebration is not very important. I used to get very tired, like, oh, come on, leave me alone. I don't want to do all these things. Why I have to work to prepare the celebration? So, but now I understand that celebration is very important because it is a renewal and it is a great memories. So I want to give you some structure, how you can have a good celebration. So first of all, you need to have a schedule for celebrating, because without a schedule, if you count on spontaneity, nothing good is going to come out of that. It just will be very unimpressive, very boring. So you need to make point 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and this is what we are going to do. Prepare it in advance. My spiritual teacher, he says that in festivals, the special attention should be given to the children, because children, they represent the state of wonder. They believe in miracle. And through the eyes of the children, by joining to the experience of the children, we can come back to the magical universe, to the universe where the miracle is possible, the world full of wonder. So we create beautiful games, we create beautiful celebrations, we prepare beautiful presents for our children, and we let our children express themselves, to sing, to dance, to rejoice with different gifts and so on. What is important is the personalization. Like I remember, we used to do the celebrations in our center when I was in Siberia. Every person would get one kind of postcard with some very nice words written. Sometimes it is a quotation, sometimes just heartfelt words. And you know, people were given different titles. Like to me, they gave title the engine of the year 2014. No, I have been an engine, I have been a powerhouse of that, the whole movement. That, so I felt nice. And another person gave the title, the friendliest, the warmest, the most loving person of the year, and things like that. So everybody was somehow touched. So you train yourself in seeing the divine in other person, finding a great quality in someone and express it with the loving words. So the postcards, some little gifts in a personalized way, and you offer it in a very loving and very, very kind and very beautiful way. Next item, which brings a lot, is collective activities like games. Like for example, you have, sometimes the games like you play the table football together. Oh, so much joy, and you are competing with each other. You go for a walk. You make balls of snow and you fight with those. You make a snowman. We will put in our Telegram channel the list of activities if you want to see what kind of activities, what kind of games you can do. Like there is one type of game is the poetry game. You find one quote from a famous poet, but not very famous quote. And then you are required, every participant is required to complete it or to continue it. And then they will be guessing which one is the original from a famous poet and which one is from us. And then many times what is from us is better than the original one. So, and it is exercise in humor, exercise in creativity, and it brings a lot of fun and lots of joy. Another collective activity which is very important, it's collective bathing. In India, when we do very big spiritual festivities, we go to the river and we bath together. So it is very beautiful. And then after that we go all together for meditation. In our northern context, it will be great to go to sauna. Like people drink alcohol to experience some relaxation, to experience some kind of warmth and happiness. So how I can experience the same with alcohol? Go to the sauna, sit, talk with each other in heat. And then after the sauna, go to the cold water. I have recorded one video how to extract maximum endorphins, the bliss hormones from the cold bath. You can check it also. So go to and take extremely cold bath. Dry yourself, be very fresh. So enjoy all those collective activities, collective bath, and then go into some creativity. Have a concert, open microphone. But that concert needs to be prepared a little bit in advance. Give the tasks. You come, you prepare something. It can be poem, it can be little drama, it can be song, it can be stand-up. So, and then from, let's say there are 5 people in celebration, everyone does it. So when you see these artistic performances, your brain switches from, rational, logical, it switches to the festive mood. One of the most important is the food. When you eat collectively, that's how you feel unity. And in that unity, you experience joy. So prepare 6, 7, 8 different dishes, cakes, and different sauces, and different salads, so you can eat beautifully. Last but not the least is the collective spiritual practice. For us, in the spiritual culture, for me, it's like you do the spiritual practice together, you become very high. And you do it several times in a day. In the morning, before the children program, you do it. In the evening, before the concerts and all the different celebrations, you do spiritual practice together. I had experience in Sweden when I was in the monastery. Before the New Year's, my trainer, he sent me, he said, Dada, go there, they require one yogi to do one class with them. I said, okay. Then I went, I come into the room and I see something is wrong. There are tables, there are sausages, different salamis, there are some different fishes, and then there are some vodkas and different kinds of alcohol. It's like, what? What kind of class is this? And I say, am I in the wrong place? And the organizers, no, come in. And everybody is already a little bit high. And I'm thinking, what I'm supposed to do? Last year, they have ordered, different belly dancers. They were dancing and in this way entertaining. And this year they decided, let's invite one yogi. So they were thinking maybe I will be, swallowing the fires or, swallowing the sabers or something like that. But it was very boring. I was doing some yoga class and teaching meditation. So I felt out of place. It was a little bit awkward. But in the end, I gathered my strength. I said, look, I understand a little bit there is a mismatch now, but now I'm going to teach you something. And now you're going to go through experience which will affect your entire year. Follow me. And then I did the collective meditation. In the end, I say, open your eyes, and they're still sitting. And I see they're experiencing something inside, a special peace, special happiness. And then slowly they're opening the eyes, and then the mood is very romantic, very kind of poetic. So now it is time for concert, it is time for music, it's time for poetry. And that is the beautiful thing. So alcohol is the substitute for all those cultural activities and the spiritual activities. If you cannot do the spiritual activity, then do alcohol. So so spiritual practice, meditation, twice a day during the celebration is very good. So we will make a list of such interesting activities which you can practice in your festival. And I'm wishing you very, very happy celebrations. I'm wishing you very, very happy coming 2026. I hope you will be motivated, inspired, joyful, full of love. Remember all your dear and near ones. Send them some good wishes and blessings from you.